opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Houston Texans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. They run with the All-Pro from a couple of years ago, Jonathan Taylor.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Hey, look at the defense for these Texans.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and ran with it.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
So a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'll pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown! Julio Jones. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Pierce now up the middle. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. That's on Shaq Mason, the guard.
Here we go. Here we go. Check pink. Hut, hut.
Another carry for Pierce.
And some space here. He stiff arms him. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Pierce with a motivated run there, and no surprise he's motivated this season after a late injury robbed him of a 1,000-yard campaign last year and potentially the Rookie of the Year. Even still, the fourth-round pick outplayed his slot with over 900 yards in 13 games.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready?
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Texans are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Ready.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. Rodney Thomas gets to him for the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Ready. Steal. Check steal. Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
And they'll accept that penalty.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
I think that one gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out on the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Ready?
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Ritter throwing on third down.
Flush to his right.
Right side complete to Mechie.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be fourth down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready? Ready?
Now Richardson back to throw it.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Flushed out right. He's got a man complete. A big play there for Indy. 47 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Now carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And just good downhill running there, 18-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Lion, alert, alert. Ready, ready.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Ready, ready. 3.
Fournette.
Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Gay is on for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Come on, set. Hey, check that.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Trouble, 38. Ready?
Ritter on 1st and 10. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he gets it down to the 32. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Give to Pierce.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Second down throw coming for Ritter.
Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good. It's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still completed pass.
Handoff right side to Pierce.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Smith, red.
Second and goal at the 11-yard line.
Black swap. Opposite. Green. Switch. Yellow. Ready.
Once more, it's Pierce.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd down, goal to go from the 8.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now Kaimi Fairbairn out for the field goal try for the Texans. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room.
These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustment.
It's
just about time to get back at it. For the call of the second half,
take it away,
we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Pierce gets this one running right.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
On the return is Scott.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Richardson.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. One, leading the league in yards and touchdowns. Not quite those heights in 2022 when he missed time with an injury, but in only 11 games, still reached nearly 900 yards. When he's healthy, tough to find a better runner in the league.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm not lying.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
And he'll go down at the 28.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate or change direction, that's often the end result.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, smash Broncos!
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Texans 6. Matt Gay to kick off for the Colts.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Red, cycle. Hey, go steal.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here we go.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Ready?
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Black shot. Hut, hut.
Ritter from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 30 yards there.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On the carry, this is Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Shaquille Leonard in there to blow that play up.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Strike. Check strike. Hut. Go.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.